Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day. In this episode of How to Survive Survival Mode, I'm going to be starting the base building quests. I'll also be going to an Atlas interface. So, this is my home planet now in survival mode, the Mushroom Kingdom, because it's a toxic planet. And I named my base, Your Princess is in Another Castle. So I'm going to start the first base building quest at the Builder, which I prepared ahead of time. I'll provide the blueprints for any construction item you need. But before you start running around the galaxy in search of resources, allow me to present you with this beacon blueprint. Build a beacon to mark your location and you will be able to return there with ease. My builder is at their station, poring over some arcane project of their own. I am delighted they joined my team. Their enthusiasm is infectious, and they have a wealth of ideas for the expansion of this base. But before we make a start on construction, they insist on improving my navigational capabilities. Beacons can be built using the up arrow on the directional pad and recolored to remind you of a particular location. You're welcome. You wouldn't achieve much if you got yourself lost and left me stranded here. Okay, so I got the beacon. Blueprint. The spadonium I need to calibrate the science terminal's diagnostic sensors is extracted from cacti that live in barren environments. Provide me with some and I'll have this place ready for a scientist in no time. Already I have felt the benefits of having help on hand, but there are limits to what my builder can achieve on their own. I have ask them to prepare the blueprints for a science terminal. The all-around knowledge of a scientist could bring oh, there's a typo here. The all-around knowledge of a scientist would open up enormous possibilities. Well, I guess that does make sense. The all-around knowledge a scientist could bring, comma, if they had a comma it would make more sense, would open up enormous possibilities. In return, I am tasked with finding a supply of spadonium, an element used in the delicate diagnostic circuitry new workstation. Hello, Jacob. Jacob's my friend watching right now. Just left a comment. Okay. Oh yeah, I already have the spadonium. I collected it ahead of time because I knew this was coming. I have the advantage of foreknowledge since I've done this before several times. So I've got the spadonium. So I'll just go ahead and give it to him. I would have had to go to a cactus planet, but I already did. I stopped at one when I was looking for my base, which I finally decided on this planet. Excellent. I shall look forward to having more company. I cannot abide solitude. So now I have the science terminal. I'm going to build that in just a little bit. I need you to make your way to the nearby abandoned building. When you reach the abandoned terminal, upload its schematics to me. With a storage container, you'll have more space to store items. A growing base needs good inventory storage. I ask my builder to provide a design, but instead they offer me a shortcut. If I travel to an abandoned building nearby, I should be able to salvage the plans for a suitable storage container module. No, it's a toxic planet. All the lush planets, Jacob asked if my base is on a lush planet. No, in survival mode, pretty much all of the lush planets are extreme sentinel planets. There is a lush planet in the star system, but I didn't want to deal with all of the sentinels. Uh-oh. He didn't mark the abandoned building on my map. I may be getting a glitch here. Maybe. Oh, there it is. Good. Don't know why it didn't work the first time. Maybe I pressed the wrong button and canceled. Okay, so I've got to survive getting to this abandoned building in survival mode. Shouldn't be too hard. The reason I picked this planet, it has hazards, of course, but it doesn't have storms very often. Storms are really bad in survival mode. If you get caught out in the wilderness with no caves around in a storm, you can die pretty quickly in survival mode. Yeah, survival mode is pretty challenging. But there is a trophy for getting to the center of the galaxy in survival mode. That's why I'm doing survival mode. And, of course, I wanted to just, do videos about survival mode, so. Plus, I pretty much finished everything that you can do in the game, sort of, in my normal mode save. I have a max size freighter. I have almost all of the new tech blueprints for all the new weapon modes, like Infraknife Accelerator, Cyclotron Ballista. I have all of the Cyclotron Ballista and forget what the other ship one is called. I'm missing one of the Infraknife Accelerator blueprints, but once there's not many left because it's just you just have a chance of getting it in a space station. I traveled all the way to the center of Hilbert Dimension, that's the second galaxy, and still wasn't able to get all of the blueprints. I'm still missing 3. 2 multi-tool blueprints and 1 ship one. I think I'll just hold out until maybe the next update to keep looking for them. It's not that I really need them or anything. And it would take weeks probably to keep warping from space station to space station and finally get the 3 I'm missing. Because if I didn't get them after warping all the way to the center of Hilbert Dimension, what I did was I stopped at every Viking and Gex space station I passed on the way to the center of Hilbert Dimension and checked to see if they had any new blueprints for me. And like I said, I got almost all of them, but after getting all the way to the center of a galaxy, if I still don't have them all, I'm just gonna not worry about it. At least until they have the next update, then I'll be traveling to the center of the next galaxy. I think I'm going to make it a tradition on one of my saves. Right now I'm waiting for my toxic protection to recharge. Well, Jacob asked what it's like to travel to the center of another galaxy. Basically, it's almost one of the only cutscenes in the game. You get to the center and it pans out, all the stars fly into the center as you're panning out of the galaxy, and it plays this cool music, and then you crash land on a planet in the next galaxy, and it's basically the beginning of the game all over again. You wake up, check out your multi-tool, and have to repair your ship. So it's New Game Plus, as some people have said. It'd be nice if they eventually made it so that you got some kind of new mission after you go to the center of a galaxy, but right now, basically, I need some iron. There's basically nothing new when you go to the next galaxy. Even Nada and Polo, Nada tells you to go to the center of the galaxy, and even when you go to the center of a galaxy, it still doesn't tell you Nada still doesn't say anything different. He still tells you go to the center of the galaxy, even though you've already gone to the center of a galaxy. No, you don't lose everything. All of your ship and multi-tool and exosuit gear is broken, but not deleted. It's still there, but you have to repair all of it. And but you still have all your blueprints. You still have the same ship as when you enter the center, and you have all, everything that you've obtained, everything you take with you. Plus, your freighter can be called in the new galaxy as well, so you don't lose your freighter. You just lose your base in the previous galaxy. That's all you lose. And of course, you get back some of the materials if you forgot to delete your base, or if you delete your base before you go into the center, you can, keep all the materials. So basically all you lose when you go to the center of the galaxy is what your base is built into. You just have to rebuild your base again. And you can never go back to the previous galaxy unless you start a new game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my current... No, like I said, you don't lose everything at your base. Well, anytime you start a new base and didn't delete your previous base, you get back half the materials. They get placed into the discarded base storage. But sorry, I lost my train of thought. But if you manually delete everything in your base, you get back all the materials, and you could store them on your freighter, go through the center, and then just rebuild the base with all the materials you brought with you. So you can essentially not lose anything when you go through the center of a galaxy. Like I said, you can never go back to the previous galaxy. So what I'm going to do, since I want to go to the hub in Euclid Galaxy, I'm going to I'm going to save my current normal mode save on a USB drive, and then I'll delete it on my PlayStation system, and delete my save on my PlayStation system and start a new normal mode save. Then I'll go to the Galactic Hub. So I'll basically have two separate normal mode saves. One that I'll call my the Endless Journey, and the other one I'll call the Galactic Hub. So whenever I want, I can either keep traveling through all the galaxies on my Endless Journey save, or I can hang out in the Galactic Hub and see other players' bases at the Galactic Hub. Yay, walkingness. Oh, it's a beacon thing. He shows you where a... Ooh, yeah, I should do that, because I'd sure like a new multi-tool, so I'm going to reveal where this outpost is. And it looks like I'm going to have to make a shielding shard, since I don't see a cave nearby. Like I said in the previous video, you can build shielding shards like I just did to recharge your health hazards, even if you don't have any of the upgrades that provide added shielding. Move to Gra. Throw those in my ship. Another reason I wanted to settle on a toxic planet is I'll probably be growing some Temerium and Spidonium to make insulating gel. I want to get at least one freighter in survival mode. Probably won't get a max size freighter in survival mode, but I want at least one freighter so that I have a freighter base to grow crops in and stuff like that. So I can make money for a good ship. I want to get an explorer type ship with enhanced hyperdrive so I can get to the galactic hub quicker and to the center of the galaxy quicker. I'll be doing both in survival mode so that I can get the trophy for visiting a player's base. And the trophy for going to the center of the galaxy in survival mode. You saw what earlier? You saw what earlier on a trader terminal? Uh-oh. I don't know what you mean, Jacob. That stuff you got out of the green container. Oh, Gra. Yeah, it's just another one of the items you can either sell or you can give them to Vy'keen for Vy'keen rank, what's it called? Fame or whatever. Have you played survival mode before, Jacob? Yeah, you said you've only done normal and creative. Survival is definitely a lot more challenging, at least when you're starting out. It gets a lot easier once you get upgrades and stuff. But I just barely started this one, so I don't have any extra shielding or anything. It's complicated. See if I can hide under this. There we go. Virtual hiding in a hole. I remember the first time I started survival mode. Of course, I died several times right away since I wasn't expecting the hazards to kill me so fast. But then, a few planets later, I landed on a extreme sentinel planet. That's when I learned that lush planets are always extreme sentinel. And I saved too many times, and I couldn't get enough plutonium to launch my ship. And the sentinels kept killing me, of course, and eventually got to the point where I couldn't even leave my ship without the sentinels killing me again and again. And so I had to restart my save. Farthest I got was 3 systems, that's it. And I dying, so I stopped. Yep. I kept dying, so I stopped. Yep. Well, on my second survival mode save, I did a lot better. I got through the Atlas Path. Basically just got through the Atlas Path storyline, and then I built a base, grew a bunch of Corey Zagan for making money, and then I got sick of survival mode, went back to normal mode. That was back a few months ago. So this is my new save. I deleted my old survival mode save, and I'm seeing what it's like. I think it's going to be a lot more challenging because it's a lot harder to get blueprints now. You have to get faction, reputation, and nanites in order to buy blueprints. You don't just get them for free lying around anymore. At least not very often. For anyone that's just starting, I'm heading towards an abandoned building for the base building quest, where you have to go to an abandoned building. Corey's used to be a lot better for making money, but I think they lowered the price of it quite a bit. What it's worth to sell, anyway. To sell glass, I mean. So yeah, I'm getting pretty close to the abandoned building. Yep. Hi, sitting Psyduck. Ooh, Gek Relic. That's lucky. Gek Charm, good. Those will be good for getting my Gek rep up. Well, no, you don't want to sell Corey's Egg on its own. You want to craft it into glass and then sell it. I think glass is still worth like 13,000 or maybe less. Whoa, whoa. I'm gonna make a shielding shard. I got one. Not paying attention to my health hazard. Let me know if you can hear my voice okay, if the music's too loud or whatever. Should I gather Temerium? I know I'm gonna... Oh, I don't have the Hazmat Gauntlet yet. Forgot about that. Gotta get armor for that first. Oh, it's worth 20,000? That's not too bad. Yeah, I think it was like 30,000 before, so they decreased it by 10,000. So glass isn't the best for... But it is one of the better ones because I think it still only takes 30 Corey's Egg to build, unlike Mordite, which now takes 50 Mordite to make, and it's only worth... well, you need 50 Mordite to make lubricant, which is now only worth, I think, 13,000. But I never liked using lubricant for making money anyway, because of course it's crafted, and now insulating gel is way better for making money if you're going to craft. But I would prefer to do albumin pearls or nip for making money. Okay, so I made it to the abandoned building for the base building quest. The place my builder has led me since fallen into disrepair. Its panels are buried beneath the same oily, pulsating fauna that I have seen before in long abandoned buildings. The air is fetid and damp. I power up the terminal with little hope of success, but to my surprise it buzzes noisily and springs to life. Lubricant is not a good business. Yeah, it's not. I never liked it. Yay, I got storage containers. That's gonna be nice. I should go ahead and build at least one to put my Atlas stones in. So I'll be going to my first Atlas station on this save later on. Oh, let's see. 16 minutes to that shelter. I think I'll go ahead and go to this shelter next. Check for a multi-tool, and then I can call my call my ship to there and take off without costing any plutonium. Yeah, like I've said, albumin pearls or nip are best for making money, not because individually they're worth more, but because you don't have to craft and you can actually have greater efficiency that way. Because if you fill like your planet base and your freighter base full with non-crafting crops like nip, then by the time you harvest all of them and sell all of them, they'll be ready to harvest again, and you won't have wasted a bunch of time crafting a bunch of stuff. So it's actually more efficient. You can make more units per hour if you don't have to craft it all. But of course, nip takes forever to get started, just because Geknip is so rare. If you find a planet that has albumin pearls, you can get albumin pearls set up a bit faster, as long as you can get a whole lot of Regogen. It takes more Regogen for albumin pearls to plant them, but you mean the toxic protection thing? Let's see. Yeah, I can turn off the, you can turn off the voice, but it turns off all of your, yeah, it turns off all your sound effects, which I found out people watching don't like me to do, so I'm not going to do that anymore. What was I saying? Yeah, it's really just kind of a toss-up. If you're going to go albumin pearl or nip, it's going to take a while either way. Even if you have a good source of albumin pearls, you have to farm a lot of Regogen to plant all those plants. But nip only takes 10 Regogen, half of what albumin pearls does. So it's easier as far as albumin pearls goes, but you got to get all the Geknip. Yeah, I have my sound effects turned down to 10, which I always have it down to. Now this planet isn't too bad. It doesn't seem to ever have storms. So that's good at least. For a survival planet, it's not that bad. Better get more iron before I run out. Problem with toxic planets is they have very few rocks that give iron. This half donut thing is detritum. Here we go. There's just really little rocks. Man, I need carbon too. Oh, I see. What's my favorite game on PS4? Is that even a question? No Man's Sky, of course. No Man's Sky is almost all I play anymore. If I try playing something else, I just keep thinking about No Man's Sky. Even if I'm sick of No Man's Sky, if I try to play something else, I'm constantly thinking about how cool it's going to be when they have another update. It's like, no matter what, I can't get away from No Man's Sky. Oh boy, I'm going to have to hide. I don't think I have enough iron to make a shielding shard. Oh boy. Come on. It's got to be something I can hide under. There we go. Another hole to hide in. As far as games that I can play when I'm not playing No Man's Sky, yeah, I play a little Minecraft and a little, mostly just play Minecraft if this one girl I know wants to play with me. And I have Darkest Dungeon, which is a good indie game that came out last year, but none of those keep my attention for very long. No Man's Sky is the only game I have that I can play for hours and hours and hours and not run out of things to do. Even though like I said, I did run out of things to do on my normal mode save, but now I'm going to do new stuff on a new save. Yeah, they'll probably have another update in June, which coincidentally, June was the original release date. June 2016 was the original release date for No Man's Sky. It'd be pretty cool if they had like a huge update in June 2017 that was kind of like a restart. It's possible that they will reset the universe again like they did in Foundation, give us all new, stuff, like how they gave us Spidonium and Temerium and all those other new resources when they added Foundation. Okay. I'm definitely hoping that they do that. They add more assets to the planet generation algorithms in the next update. They didn't add anything to the generation in Pathfinder. They did change what resources some items give, but they didn't change the terrain or reset any of the planets at all. But they added detritum out of big rocks and armadium out of the platinum depots. And of course, yeah, like you said, they added a lot of new recipes in Pathfinder. Mostly base building recipes and recipes for ship and weapon. The vehicle quests have a lot of foreshadowing for some kind of new storyline. Hopefully that's what they're going to do in the next update. Because they kind of foreshadowed possibly an antagonist for a storyline. There's never been a real antagonist in No Man's Sky yet. Of course, we have enemies, the pirates, the sentinels, predator creatures, but those aren't really antagonists. An actual antagonist is a character that has a name, that has some kind of personality. None of the enemies in No Man's Sky right now have a personality. They're just either mindless robot drones, mindless creatures, or pirates that you never hear anything from. You don't know why they're attacking you other than to take your stuff. Well, people have said that No Man's Sky will never have a sequel, never have a No Man's Sky 2, but I think if it gets popular enough, they might be able to do No Man's Sky 2 in the next PlayStation generation or whatever. But I'm more looking forward to the updates of the current No Man's Sky. Oh yeah, and don't forget there's the whip vines. Those are like the ultimate antagonist of No Man's Sky right now. They're the most annoying things. Uh-oh. Let's see. I should have this now. Seven minutes out from the shelter. I'll be able to call my ship once I get there. Oh, I was saying someday they're going to have a new PlayStation console, PlayStation 5 or PlayStation X or whatever they'll call it. Like you were saying, once PlayStation 4 gets old, they could... Hello, Ian Gonzalez. Once PlayStation 4 gets old, and they have a new generation of PlayStation, they'd probably... I guess they could do a port of No Man's Sky to the new one, and like do an update like they did a PlayStation 4 Pro update. It's really up to them if they want to do a sequel, if they want to just keep updating forever like Minecraft does. Minecraft is one of those games they'll probably never have a sequel. It'll just keep updating so that it never truly gets old. Be nice if No Man's Sky did that. In the Pathfinder update, we got a PlayStation 4 Pro update, which increased the graphics on PlayStation 4 Pro for No Man's Sky. Oh, man. But I just heard word about some kind of next-gen PlayStation. At least I thought I did. I'll have to look it up and see. But I think they're already working on a PlayStation 5 or something. Oh, I was just talking about that, Ian. I'm pretty sure they're going to reset the universe again in the next update. Well, okay, I'm not pretty sure. I'm really hoping they do. Reset the universe with more planetary assets, more animals, plants, hopefully more buildings, things like that. The reason I think they'll probably do that is Sean Murray said in his GDC talk that they're definitely going to keep resetting the universe. That doesn't mean they're going to in the next update, but they didn't reset it in the Pathfinder update, so I'm guessing they'll probably reset the universe in the next update, but no way to know for sure. But the other thing that they'll probably have in the next update is the new storyline that they alluded to in the vehicle quests. Almost out of iron, I better get more. Can't wait to have an actual shielding thing instead of just my normal health hazard. Yeah, I agree, Sitting Psyduck. I think they'll just keep doing updates. I don't know if they'll ever... Well, Minecraft always has free updates, which I think they'll probably do. I don't know, they might someday have microtransactions like Minecraft does. They could just, you know, sell us maybe the ability to color our starships and freighters and stuff like everybody wants. They could just sell us the paint for it with real world money or something. I need iron. No, I need to recharge my life support. And I need iron. I have no idea. It'll be as active as long as a new PlayStation generation doesn't come out. PlayStation 4 Pro technically isn't a new generation because it plays all the same games as PlayStation 4. It just has improved graphics if the game has a update to improve the graphics on PlayStation 4 Pro. What do you mean PlayStation 3 is still alive? I mean, obviously you can use it if it doesn't break, but I guess there's PlayStation Network that still supports it. But yeah, like you said, it doesn't have any new games, which is kind of the definition of being a dead system if they don't make new games for it. Well, I'm guessing the next update for No Man's Sky will be storyline, most likely, because they had foreshadowing in the vehicle quests, and I'm hoping they reset the universe with more planet variety. Oh boy. I'm gonna die out here if I don't start concentrating. Guess I'm gonna have to use some of my plutonium to recharge my weapon. And I need iron. That's not iron. Oh boy. Hope there's a cave around here. Oh boy. I'm gonna die. Well, at least I got to the abandoned building if I die. Oh boy. Let's see, do I have enough iron? Good, just barely. Okay. That's carbon. Yeah, I want to see more biomes. Well, I definitely want to see more planet biomes, period. Like, add more types of planets. But yeah, planets with multiple biomes would be cool too. Like, if they could have cold biome at high elevation, lush biome at mid-range elevation, maybe have, like, you know, toxic in valleys or something. Because it's swampy or something. I think I'm out of thamium. Let's see. If I had enough carbon, I could make a power gel. My life support's almost out. Let's see, let's get that carbon. Nope. Trying to recharge my life support. Can't walk much farther without it. Here we go. Okay, let's see if we can hurry and get to this shelter. Oh, good. Oh, it was right behind the rock I was behind. Oh well. Yay! I made it. When I name the creatures on a planet, I've taken to giving them normal Earth names, like cow, and cat, and dog, and bird, and dinosaur, or T-Rex. I got tired of trying to make up crazy names for them. I just give them Earth names. Makes it seem kind of ironic when you got this mutated space cow that's just called cow. Okay, so this will be a store. I can sell some stuff and see if they've got a good multi-tool. My multi-tool I have is 8 slots, so I could definitely use something better. It's B rank, which is kind of nice, but more slots is more important. Well, this one's B rank and a 14 slots. Nice. Oh, but it's 870,000 units. I'm about 800 off, so 800,000 off, so probably won't get to get that. Yeah, I only have 83,000 units right now, since I just barely started this save. Oh, I'm gonna give this guy all my Gek charms so I can get my Gek rep up. Ah, I need to call my ship. Make a bypass chip. Wait for this ship to go away. Come on, go away. There we go. Then use this device to call your ship. There's my little starter ship. Yay, health. Okay. Oh man, I have no slots anywhere. See, is there anything I can sell? Let's just use this up. I meant, like, rather than the common, dead, or toxic planet, I've been to 4 systems and found only 1 Earth-like planet. Yeah, well, to find a lush planet, if you scan all the planets, the lush planets will be the ones that don't have a purple resource, like Spidonium, Fervidium, Temerium. So check all of the ones that don't have a purple resource, and they'll either be an empty planet or a lush planet. Okay, let me show you a trick after I talk to this alien. The trick to getting nanites from aliens. I'll show you in a second. Blah blah blah, Gek, give. The trader eyes the facility exit door sadly, as if it had been stuck here for a while. It reaches down with its beak and dejectedly pecks at my suit's power cells and life support system. It looks run down. The lack of charge means that it's ill-equipped for the planetary conditions and the predators that rage outside. Probably needs carbon. Yep. Oh, nice. Whoa, he gave me a life support module. That's awesome. I need that so bad. I'm going to build that right now. And I'll build it up here. Nice. Then my life support won't go down as fast. Okay, so Yeah, Gek are basically a cross between frog, lizard, and some of them have beaks, but they're mostly, amphibian-like. That's why they're called Gek, like a gecko, I think. Um, okay, so right now he'll give me distress signal coordinates for a Gek relic, but I don't want that. I want nanites for a Gek relic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him Gek charms until he's willing to give me nanites for a Gek relic. So I'll give him a Gek charm. That'll increase my Gek reputation. And now he'll give me give me nanites if I give him a Gek relic. Now I'll give him my Gek relic. Nanites are a new item that you need to buy blueprints with. And it gives you quite a few nanites usually. Yeah, 51. I'm saving up my nanites for once I have enough reputation to actually buy blueprints. I'm going to give him the rest of my Gek charms for Gek reputation. No, it's all fictional. There's no real galaxies in No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky's universe is totally fictional. It's nothing like our universe. So it wouldn't have any of our galaxies in it. No, not 256 different planets, 256 different galaxies, and every galaxy has millions of stars in it. So there's 18 quintillion planets in the No Man's Sky universe, spread out between 256 galaxies. See what my Gek reputation is now. Oop. Here we go. I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm a friend now. Nice. I should be able to buy some blueprints at the space station once I go back. Okay, I'm gonna get in my ship and head back to my base. And from there I'll go, well, I'll see what the next quest is at the base. Gek friend. Of course I recommend this game. It's my favorite game. My entire YouTube channel is dedicated to this game, plus my Twitter account. It's the only thing I do on social media is share my No Man's Sky experiences. No Man's Sky doesn't have to be a grind. If you want to make money really fast, you have to grind, but you can make money slowly by just discovering stuff if you want. There's no need to build a giant generator when individual batteries will meet all your requirements. Ask a scientist about voltaic cells. They're compact, portable, and powerful. Bring one to me, and I'll incorporate it into your weapons terminal's design. Though they never complain, I know my builder would enjoy a larger team to work with. They have made it quite clear that they prefer company. When I raise the issue, my suspicions are confirmed. My builder suggests recruiting an armorer and sets about preparing the design for a weapons terminal. But the base's generators are stretched even now, so expansion will mean finding a reliable alternative power source. Perhaps a voltaic cell will do. So I don't have the recipe for voltaic cell yet. I have to build the science terminal and recruit a scientist before I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build the science terminal. Need some iron for that. Well, Steam is the only place that No Man's Sky costs $60 anymore. It's $35 on PlayStation if you download it digitally. It's $35 on PlayStation, or if you have a PlayStation, you can buy the disc pre-owned for about $20. So, it's pretty cheap. If you've got PlayStation. If you're on computer, if you're on PC, it's going to cost you $60 on Steam, except when there's a Steam sale. There have been like 3 or 4 Steam sales that, dang it. There have been 3 or 4 Steam sales when No Man's Sky cost $35 on Steam, but they were very short time, and it's back up to $60 again. I think it's less on GOG, whatever GOG is. I guess it's some kind of PC thing that you can buy games on. Yeah, every time an update comes out, I think they time it, releasing an update right before a Steam sale, so that people will want to buy it when it's on sale and it just had an update. Very shrewd business practice. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was collecting iron so that I can build the science terminal. I'm going to build another floor to my tower here. As you can see, I already have the vehicle terminal built. I'm going to start that quest in a minute. See what he wants first. But I need the science terminal built, or I won't be able to hire a scientist when I find one. Here we go. Just ran out of iron. Yeah, you can change bases whenever you want. Just your previous base gets destroyed when you change to a different base, of course. But you keep about half of the resources from your base, or you can tear it down yourself to keep all the resources. But yeah, anytime you want, just go to a different planet, find a base, and you can build a new base there. But you can only have one at a time. Just ignore the troll. If the more you ignore him, the sooner he'll leave. Getting a reaction out of you is what encourages him. Okay, I need to build a science terminal. Okay. Now, I'm learning that I should always refill my pulse engine before I leave. the planet on survival mode. Running out of pulse engine fuel in space is rather dangerous in survival mode. Obviously you can mine iron in space, but the longer you float out in space, the more likely a pirate is going to attack you. So best to always make sure you have plenty of pulse engine fuel. You don't want to get killed by pirates. Think of what price? Like I said, it's $35 on PlayStation, or $20 pre-owned. And I think, well, I would pay $60 for it all over again. I love this game, but it's entirely up to other people whether they're willing to pay that much for it. No, there's no way to activate portals yet. There's mods, and the mods don't really activate it. They're just kind of cheap tricks to make it look like it's activated and use the black hole function to make it seem like you traveled with it. I'm not sure I understand all the questions people are asking. Ian, the portals he's talking about are these super rare giant structures. I call them monolithic portals. I haven't even found one of them since Foundation update. These portals, the Terminus portals, are everywhere, of course. Okay, let me make sure I think I got enough iron for now. Okay, I'm going to use the Terminus portal to go back. Wait, no, I'm not ready yet. Okay, so he wants a voltaic cell, and I need to talk to the... need to talk to this guy. Interloper, I will do as I promised. Build a roamer geobay from this schematic, and my exosuit will be yours. Unworthy though you may be, now excuse me, I must ensure this location is defensible should my people try to find me. The technician has set up their equipment at the exocraft terminal. They offer me the schematic for the roamer geobay. They have calmed since I last saw them, though I still feel a sense of dread within their eyes, of the paranoia that has sustained them across the stars. I do not know what I feel. I do not know whether I have made a mistake, but there is nothing to be done. The Viking has honored their word. I will honor mine. It's good to have you here. Which is a necessary evil. Okay, so I learned the roamer geobay. And I can't build it yet because it requires... Wait. Yeah, it requires 2 voltaic cells, which I don't have the recipe for yet. So I gotta get a scientist, get the voltaic cell recipe in order to do anything else. So I'm gonna go back to the space station in this star system. So this is a trick in survival mode to not have to spend plutonium to launch off your home planet. You can just use the terminus portal to go to a space station, and taking off from a space station is free. It doesn't cost plutonium. I'm going to see it now. There's nothing else I want to sell, I don't think. Oh, I'm going to sell this neutrino module. Yep. Sean Murray said that making this game was a hobby to start out. And then, of course, when it got far enough, they released a trailer about it, and that's when things got crazy because people were so excited about it. Yep, I agree, BJ Map. I think it's going to get a lot more popular as it gets better. Now, okay, so in order to get a scientist, I have to find a Korvax system. And so I'm going to warp out of this system, and incidentally, I will be going to the first system that has a Atlas station. So if you haven't played No Man's Sky yet and you haven't done the Atlas path, you're in for a treat, because this is one of the coolest parts of the game, is going to an Atlas interface. At least it's cool at first. It's one of the best looking pre-baked assets that they made into the game. It's not procedurally generated. It's just it's basically a space station that's rather special. It's like a giant monolith floating in space. This is the Atlas interface. Somebody already discovered this. Diozito1 discovered this back in when the game first came out. Trailblazer, warp 3 times. Yeah, once you finish the Atlas path, they vanish. You can never go to them again. Pretty cool music. I think I'm going to turn my music up a bit. The Atlas interfaces are definitely very cool looking. The storyline for them isn't all that involved, unfortunately. There's no combat involved with it. Well, I seem to be having some graphical glitches. But, it's pretty cool. But, basically the only reward for doing the Atlas path is these words that I'm getting from these bubbles. Some of the bubbles. And you get some free warp cells, and I guess I won't spoil everything that you get from it. There is a final reward, sort of, that you get from it when you finish the path, but I won't spoil that last little part. And you also get a few tech upgrades sometimes when you walk towards the Atlas. Very few of these have words in them. Let's see. I got another Gex system. So this is not a Korvax system. So I'm going to have to keep traveling until I find a Korvax system to get my scientist from my base. Most unfortunate. Yeah, there's hardly any words in those bubbles. Oh, happy April Fools, everybody. Doesn't the atlas look something similar to As It Does? What does that mean? Viewing from a planet? Let's make sure I got room. Yep. See, you get free warp cells doing this. Sometimes, anyway. Some of the atlas stations don't have warp cells. Oh, but that's good. I won't have to make the warp cells I need to find a Korvax system. Okay, so now I'm going to commune with the atlas. It is alien, unlike anything I have ever seen before. I should be afraid, but an inexorable pull draws me towards the heart of the construct, a need to know. This is a remnant of the Atlas. It welcomes me. It knows what I am. It offers the promise of true understanding. The intent burns in me. I will peer into the structure of causality and know this existence, if it is real or some incalculably vast, authored by other intelligences. So I'm going to accept milestone Pathfinder or above. I will accept this. The sky is deep and full of wonders, and the path to enlightenment is something or other. So I got an Atlas Stone. I guess I'll save my Atlas Stones this time. Probably just make a video of what happens when you do save them and give them the Atlas. Then I'll reload my saves so I can just sell them. Maybe. We'll see. Hi, Martel Pledger. Just communed with the Atlas. I'm going to head out. Oh, I forgot to check the blueprint vendor at the space station. I'll have to check this space station's one. Okay, so now I should have been given a new Atlas station on my galactic map. Ooh, that one's pretty far away. So that's the next Atlas interface. I'm supposed to go to. One of the sad things about the Atlas path is that it's just basically warping. That's all you do, is you warp to each Atlas interface. If you have enough warp cells, you can just do it all at once, and there's no combat involved, no planet exploration involved. So it's kind of badly done, if you ask me, because they should have made the main storyline of the game actually encourage you to go to planets, other than going to planets so that you can get warp fuel. And I am not going after that bounty. My ship is way too weak. I'm just going to check this space station for blueprints. Then I will keep looking for a Korvax system. Yeah, you can see the Atlas interfaces from a planet. In fact, in my my first successful survival mode save, I established a base in several of the systems that had Atlas interfaces in them, and I could see the Atlas interface from the planet surface. It was kind of cool having a Atlas station at my home planet, above my home planet. And in fact, there is a bug that you can get more Atlas stones from the Atlas interface if you wait long enough. It'll reset and let you have another Atlas stone. But if you've completed the Atlas path, the Atlas station is still there if it's your home space, your home star system. But even if you get the Atlas stone from it, it won't send you to another Atlas interface, since it basically all of the Atlas interfaces that don't have your home base on are no longer accessible. See what looks like. No, it's once you finish the Atlas path, like I said, it's impossible to find another Atlas station. Basically, it removes all of the stars from your galactic map that have Atlas stations on them. So unless you have goody, another milestone. Probably walking. Yeah, 40,000 units walking. So yeah, it's impossible to find another Atlas station unless your home base is set in the Atlas star system. Then you can always return to it. But once you set your home base somewhere else, that star basically vanishes from your galactic map, so you can never travel there again. Ooh, I could buy the Inferknife Accelerator or the Positron Ejector. Oh, I don't have enough nanite clusters, though. I don't really want either of those. I kind of want the Cyclotron Ballista. Don't really want Inferknife Accelerator or Positron Ejector. So I guess it doesn't matter that I can't afford it right now. The trader emits a strong, flowery scent which quickly enters my exosuit system. I feel overcome with nostalgia for a perfect place I have never visited. I want to sing. Flushed with joy, I try to signal my thanks to the trader for this olfactory gift, but it makes clear that it expects something in return. Well, I know he wants me to give him titanium, but I don't want to give him 200 titanium, so I'm giving him 100 units. Hopefully, yeah, that didn't lower my Gek rep at least. I don't have any stuff to give him. Okay, I want to continue onward now, looking for a Korvax system to get my scientist. What now? I just got it. Oh, it must be how many aliens I've met. I've met 10 aliens. Yay. I will be right back, 1 second. I'm back, warping to the next system on the Atlas path. Hopefully this one is Korvax. Ooh, Nada and Polo. Nice. Polo will probably give me a new blueprint. Nada will too, probably. Yes, this is a Korvax system too. I hit the jackpot. So I get to visit Nada and Polo and get my scientist. I really hope they add more to Nada and Polo's storyline soon. At least Nada. Have Nada give you more missions and stuff. A lot of people have mentioned that entering the Nada and Polo space station is like watching the opening music of Mystery Science Theater, or the opening scene of Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's an old TV show about this guy trapped in a space station. It has all these doors open up, and he has like these robot puppets that it was basically a comedy show. So here's Specialist Polo. First time meeting him on this save. Friends everywhere, if only you know where to look. Friends in all shapes, all sizes, all places. The shorter entity, a Gek, has a jocular air about them. They idly wipe grease-spattered hands on their suit as they address me. Some sort of engineer, maybe. To my surprise, they speak my language. Other life forms have treated me with amused indifference, but Polo treats me like an equal. They are curious about my travels, about what sentient species I have seen. If I have met life forms they have not. They hope that I will share my experiences. Transmit species data. Alien colonist encounter level 3. Polo pores over the data, muttering bitterly at beings they are already familiar with, and cheering at those they are not. And I got Atlas Pass version 1. Yay! To go ahead and make that. See if I have the ingredients. So that's how you get Atlas Pass version 1. If you're watching and you didn't know already. Gotta get it. You gotta find the space anomaly and get it from Specialist Polo. Oh my gosh, 23 slot multi-tool already. But it's over 2 million, 2.6 million, so definitely not going to be buying that. Nowhere near that right now. And Priest Entity Nada. Rare linguistic form. Pleasure. Nada divergent Corvax. Assistance offered. Route to galactic core. Reconnect with Atlas for guidance. Resources for journey. Yes, no. As I approach, the electronic being, it springs to life. From its dark mask, scanning beams emerge that envelop me. There is an unnerving, chittering sound, and then, unbelievably, it speaks in my language. It offers me a choice. It can show me how to harness black holes in order to embark upon a journey to the center of the galaxy. It can light my way to an Atlas interface, so I may follow a path, or it will assist me in my own exploration. Resources to aid exploration. Yep, I'm just going to do that. He'll give me a blueprint, since I have pretty much none right now. Yay! Cold shield. I need that. Nada and Polo Space Anomaly is one of the coolest pre-baked assets in the game. It's got this cool, I like to call this the Omega-13 device. After Galaxy Quest was this Star Trek spoof that had this device called the Omega-13 device. It was kind of like this. Not exactly, but whatever this thing is, it's pretty cool. It must be their hyperdrive device or something. And this is the thing about Nada and Polo's Space Anomaly. It's got these two doors that never open. I really think they could add a couple more rooms to their space station. That would be really cool. They're probably supposedly their bedrooms or something, but they never let us in, so they could put something cool in those rooms that would give us access to like devices we could use or something. No, I think I just got lucky and found a really high multi-tool. How many slots a multi-tool has used to be based on how many you already have, but now it's just kind of random what you get. So you can get lucky and get a really good one, or usually you don't. That's a cool looking planet. I bet it's a lush planet, but that means it's extreme sentinel. I've never seen Attack on Titan before. I've never seen Interstellar either. Yay, here's my scientist. Recruit scientist. You seem surprised that I know your language. I have many talents. Though I am a scientist first, a multidisciplinarian, and an innovator, I also happen to lack employment at the moment. If you have a planetary base and a terminal for me to work at, I will gladly. One being piques my interest. They are tapping their fingers together absent-mindedly and reciting the details of some complex chemical formula. I do not mean to interrupt, but my presence disturbs their train of thought, and they speak first in my own tongue. You're hired. Science terminal built. You won't regret it. I will make my own preparations and meet you on your homeworld. So I got my scientist. I think I'll talk to this guy. Electronic life form's bright greeting suddenly slows. It taps its way into its personal data while its facial lights dilate and internal systems crash. Columns of streaming data show its power levels spiraling downwards. The life form looks at me for help and then points to my gathered resources with a single, slow, and desperate movement. So this should fully power him up. The entity slowly inserts the elements into a slot. It fully reawakens. And it didn't give me any nanites. That's too bad. See if I can get any blueprints here. In exchange, provide this entity with nanite clusters. Korvac's Echo will grant blueprint exosuit upgrades for the lifeform's carapace. Inferior Gek and Vy'keen tech will lead to inevitable disconnection. Buy safe. Buy Korvax. I like the Korvax greeting for that. And I could buy Toxin Suppressor Sigma. Oh, Shield Boost Sigma. Ooh, I gotta get that. I definitely need Shield Boost. And Toxin Suppressant Sigma. Yep. Definitely things I needed. I'd really like to build the Shield Boost. Let's see if I can. I need more thamium. Just a tiny bit. I can probably get that at my planet. Yeah, I like space games too. Especially No Man's Sky. Let's see. Don't think I need to sell anything right now. Okay. I'm gonna head back to my home base since I've got a Korvax for a scientist. I think I'm gonna end the video there. This live stream has been an hour and a half. I think that's a good amount, and I accomplished quite a bit. And I think I'll do my next live stream tomorrow, and I'll continue the base building quests. You can buy the new base building blueprints with units at your base. You just can't buy the tech upgrade ones with units. The tech upgrades at space stations are bought with nanite clusters, but the ones at your base are bought with units. But that's just like base building structures at your base. Okay. To those who haven't heard, the name of my planet, my home planet, is the Mushroom Kingdom, and the name of my base is Your Princess is in Another Castle. Reference to Mario, of course. So now I have the scientist, in addition to the technician for vehicles, and my builder. So my next live stream, I'm going to do quests from all 3 of them, and that will probably be tomorrow. So thank you all for watching my live stream, and I hope you'll catch the next one.